Coin Secrets. Top 10 ultra-rare and most valuable rare coins in today's market. Powerful YouTube intro hook. What if I told you that an ordinary-looking coin sitting forgotten in a drawer, hidden inside an old collection, or buried deep inside a coin jar could secretly be worth an astonishing fortune? What if one tiny piece of metal, overlooked by thousands of people every single day, could completely shock collectors and send coin hunters into a frenzy? Today on American Coin Secrets, we're revealing 10 ultra-rare coins that have stunned collectors, broken expectations, and become some of the most sought-after treasures in today's market. Some of these coins look so ordinary that most people would spend them without a second thought. But hidden behind their simple appearance are incredible stories, extreme rarity, and values that continue to amaze the collecting world. And trust me, you do not want to skip a single second of this video because the coins become more surprising, more valuable, and more unbelievable as we count down. One tiny detail, one rare mint mark, or one overlooked feature could completely change everything. Collectors are searching, dealers are watching, and some of these coins are becoming harder and harder to find every year. So stay with me until the very end, because one of the coins on today's list has a story so incredible that many collectors still dream of discovering one for themselves. If you love rare coins, hidden treasures, valuable collectibles, and daily discoveries from the fascinating world of numismatics, make sure you subscribe to American Coin Secrets because we bring fresh updates every day. Now let's begin our countdown with a coin that most people would never expect to become a collector's treasure. First up, Germany, €1 2005D. At first glance, the Germany €1 2005D appears completely ordinary. In fact, millions of people have seen coins that look almost identical. Most people would never stop to examine it. Most people would never imagine that such a small coin could become the center of serious collector attention. But this is exactly why rare coin discoveries are so exciting. The story of the 2005D Germany €1 begins during the early years of the euro currency system. Countries across Europe were producing billions of coins to support the growing circulation of the new currency. Germany, one of the largest economies using the euro, operated several mints that struck coins for circulation. The letter D on this coin identifies the famous Munich Mint, one of Germany's historic minting facilities. While millions of euro coins were produced, certain years, certain mint locations, and certain preservation levels gradually became much harder to find than collectors expected. Over time, sharp-eyed collectors began paying closer attention to specific issues from the early euro years. As collections expanded and more people entered the hobby, demand for quality examples increased dramatically. What makes this coin particularly fascinating is the fact that it represents a historic era in European monetary history. The euro was still relatively young, and coins from those formative years continue attracting attention from collectors who appreciate both history and rarity. The composition of the Germany €1 is carefully designed for durability and long-term circulation. It consists of copper-plated steel, giving it its recognizable reddish appearance. The obverse side displays Germany's iconic oak twig design, a symbol associated with strength, growth, and national heritage. The reverse side features the common Eurocent design, recognized throughout the Eurozone. Yet despite its modest appearance, this coin has characteristics that have transformed it into a serious collector target. Collectors are especially attracted to examples that have survived in strong condition. Remember, most low-denomination coins experience heavy circulation. They pass through countless hands, cash registers, pockets, and wallets. Every year, more examples become damaged, scratched, worn, or lost forever. That means finding a desirable example becomes increasingly difficult. And this is where the excitement begins. Imagine searching through thousands of coins and suddenly discovering one of these elusive pieces hiding in plain sight. The thrill of that moment is exactly what keeps collectors searching day after day, year after year. One reason demand remains strong is the growing global interest in euro coin collecting. Collectors from Europe, North America, Asia, and many other regions actively search for interesting euro issues. This international demand creates competition whenever desirable examples appear on the market. Another factor driving attention is the historical significance of early euro coinage. These coins represent a major chapter in modern monetary history, and collectors understand that importance. As a result, examples that meet collector expectations often generate significant excitement whenever they become available. Now comes the moment many viewers have been waiting for. The Germany €1 cent 2005D in fine condition has reached a market value of approximately $48,000 according to the value you have provided. Think about that for a moment. A coin that many people would never even glance at twice has become a remarkable collector treasure. Discoveries like this are exactly why coin collecting continues to captivate people around the world. Finding one can feel like uncovering a hidden treasure that was quietly waiting to be recognized. And many collectors believe that strong demand for notable and desirable examples could continue attracting attention in the future as more collectors enter the market and available examples become increasingly difficult to locate. For collectors, one important tip is to carefully examine dates, mint marks, and overall preservation. Tiny details often separate common coins from highly sought-after treasures. Patience, knowledge, and attention to detail remain some of the most powerful tools any collector can have. The Germany €1 cent 2005D reminds us of an important lesson in the coin collecting world. Appearances can be deceiving. Sometimes the smallest coins carry the biggest surprises. Sometimes treasures hide in places where nobody expects to find them. And if you think this coin is impressive, wait until you see the next coin on our countdown, because the discoveries become even more surprising from here. Don't forget to subscribe to American Coin Secrets for fresh updates every day, because the next rare coin treasure could be waiting much closer than anyone imagines. Next up, Germany €1 cent 2016A. As our countdown continues, the excitement only gets bigger, because the next coin is one that countless people have seen, countless people have spent, and yet very few people have ever stopped to truly examine. At first glance, the Germany €5 cent 2016A appears to be just another small circulation coin. Nothing about it immediately screams treasure. Nothing about it instantly suggests rarity. And that is exactly what makes its story so fascinating. Hidden behind its ordinary appearance is a coin that has captured the attention of collectors who understand that the greatest treasures are often the ones hiding in plain sight. The story begins in Germany during 2016 Ampere's period, when millions of euro coins were being produced to support everyday commerce throughout Europe. Germany's coinage system relies on multiple historic mints, each identified by a unique mint mark. The letter A found on this coin represents the famous Berlin Mint, one of Germany's most important minting facilities with a long and respected history in coin production. For most people, the tiny mint mark is nothing more than a letter. For serious collectors, however, that single letter can completely change the story. This is why experienced collectors never ignore details. They know that one date, one mint mark, or one overlooked characteristic can transform an ordinary coin into something extraordinary. The Germany €5 cent 2016A carries with it the legacy of modern European monetary history. It belongs to the euro era, one of the most significant currency systems ever created. Every coin from these early generations tells a story about economic transformation, international cooperation, and the evolution of modern money. Its design is simple but meaningful. The obverse side features Germany's famous oak twig design, a symbol deeply connected with German heritage, strength, endurance, and continuity. This elegant design was inspired by earlier German coinage and remains one of the most recognizable motifs found on Eurocent coins issued by Germany. The reverse displays the familiar €5 center denomination used throughout the Eurozone, connecting the coin to a currency system used by hundreds of millions of people every day. The coin itself is struck in copper-plated steel, giving it its distinctive reddish appearance. Although its composition may seem ordinary, collectors know that rarity is not always determined by precious metal content. Sometimes, rarity comes from survival, demand, historical significance, and collector interest. And this is where the excitement starts building. Think about how many low-denomination coins circulate every day. They are tossed into pockets, dropped into jars, left in drawers, forgotten in old collections, exposed to wear year after year. Most eventually become heavily circulated, damaged, scratched, or lost altogether. As time passes, finding desirable examples becomes increasingly difficult. Collectors seeking strong condition pieces often discover that locating attractive specimens is far harder than they originally expected. That challenge creates excitement, and excitement creates demand. Across the coin-collecting world, thousands of enthusiasts constantly search through change, collections, dealer inventories, and estate finds hoping to uncover overlooked treasures. The thrill comes from knowing that a valuable discovery could appear at any moment. Many collectors describe the search itself as addictive. Every handful of coins creates anticipation. Every date deserves a second look. Every mint mark deserves attention, because sometimes the coin everyone ignores becomes the coin everyone wants. The Germany 5 cent 2016 A has developed a reputation among collectors who appreciate modern European coinage. Its connection to the Berlin Mint adds an extra layer of interest, and collectors assembling complete mint mark sets often actively search for specific combinations of years and mint locations. This pursuit of completeness fuels collector enthusiasm, and whenever demand rises while desirable examples become harder to locate, attention naturally follows. Imagine discovering one while sorting through old coins. Imagine realizing that a coin many people overlook has become something collectors actively seek. That moment of realization is one of the greatest thrills in the hobby. Now comes the reveal. The Germany Euro cent 2016, in fine condition, has reached a market value of approximately $52,000 according to the value provided for this video. That number is enough to make any collector stop and look twice. A tiny coin, a simple design, a small mint mark, yet a discovery that can feel like uncovering a hidden treasure that has quietly waited years to be recognized. This is why experienced collectors never underestimate small denomination coins. The greatest surprises often come from the least expected places. Many enthusiasts continue monitoring notable modern coins because collector interest remains strong and awareness continues to grow. Every year, more people enter the hobby, more collections are built, and more attention is directed toward coins that once went unnoticed. For collectors, the most important lesson is simple. Study every detail. Check every date. Inspect every mint mark. Preserve coins carefully. Knowledge is often the difference between passing over a remarkable discovery and recognizing it immediately. The Germany 5 cent 2016 A proves that size means nothing in the world of rare coins. Some of the most exciting stories begin with the smallest pieces of metal. And believe me, our countdown is only getting started. The next coin on today's list takes the suspense even higher and reveals another incredible treasure that many viewers have probably never heard about before. So stay tuned, keep watching, and don't forget to subscribe to American Coin Secrets, because we bring fresh, rare coin discoveries and collector updates every single day. Next up, Germany 10 Pfennig 1975D. Now the countdown enters a completely different chapter of coin collecting history. We are leaving the modern Euro era behind and stepping into the fascinating world of the Deutsche Mark, one of the most respected currencies ever issued in Europe. And hidden within that history is a coin that continues to capture the imagination of collectors around the world, the Germany 10 Pfennig 1975D. The moment many collectors hear the word Pfennig, memories of Germany's powerful economic history immediately come to mind. For decades, the Deutsche Mark represented stability, growth, and one of the strongest economies on Earth. Long before the euro existed, millions of Germans carried Pfennig coins in their pockets every day. They were used in shops, markets, restaurants, train stations, and countless daily transactions. Yet among the billions of coins that circulated during those years, a small number eventually became highly sought-after collector pieces. And this is where today's story begins. The Germany 10 Pfennig 1975D was struck at the Munich Mint, identified by the famous D mint mark. The Munich Mint has produced German coinage for generations, and collectors carefully study its issues because certain dates and mint combinations attract considerable attention. At first glance, this coin appears simple. On one side, collectors find the denomination surrounded by grain ears, a design symbolizing prosperity and agricultural heritage. On the other side appears the inscription Bundesrepublik Deutschland, surrounding an elegant oak leaf branch, one of the most recognizable symbols used on German coinage. The design was created by Adolf Jäger and became an iconic part of post-war German currency. But experienced collectors know something important. The most exciting treasures often hide behind ordinary appearances. This coin was designed for circulation, not for display. It passed through countless hands. It traveled through stores, banks, cash registers, and wallets. Most examples experienced years of wear before eventually disappearing from circulation. As time passed, many were damaged. Many were lost. Many were discarded. And many simply vanished from the marketplace altogether. That is exactly why collectors pay close attention whenever strong condition examples appear. The German 10 Pfennig 1975D was produced using brass-plated steel and weighs approximately 4 grams with a diameter of about 21.5 millimeters. Its composition gives it a distinctive appearance that collectors instantly recognize. What makes the coin especially fascinating is its connection to a period when Germany was experiencing remarkable economic strength and international influence. Every coin tells a story. This one tells a story of post-war recovery, industrial growth, and a currency that earned worldwide respect. Collectors love coins that combine history with scarcity. And when those two ingredients come together, demand often follows. Across collector communities, old German coins continue attracting interest because they represent a chapter of history that can never be repeated. New Pfennig coins will never be produced again. The Deutsche Mark era has ended, making surviving examples historical artifacts from a closed chapter of monetary history. That reality creates excitement. Every year, more collectors discover German coinage. Every year, more people begin assembling date and mint collections. Every year, competition grows for desirable pieces. Even online collector discussions frequently mention mint marks such as D, F, G, and J, because identifying the mint is one of the first things serious collectors learn when studying these coins. Imagine searching through an old collection inherited from a family member. Imagine spotting a small brass-colored coin that looks ordinary. Imagine turning it over and noticing the date. Then noticing the mint mark. Then realizing you may be holding a coin that collectors actively seek. That moment of discovery is why so many people fall in love with coin collecting. It is not just about money. It is about mystery. It is about history. It is about uncovering something that others overlooked. Now comes the reveal that many viewers have been waiting for. According to the value provided for this video, the Germany 10 Pfennig 1975D in fine condition has reached an estimated market value of $42,000. That is a number capable of making any collector's heart race. A coin originally intended for everyday transactions has transformed into a remarkable collector treasure. The idea that such a small object can attract so much attention is exactly what makes the world of rare coins so exciting. Many collectors continue watching coins like this because historical German issues remain popular internationally. As awareness grows and collectors continue searching for desirable examples, interest often follows closely behind. For collectors, the lesson is powerful. Never ignore older foreign coins. Never overlook mint marks. Never assume a small denomination means a small opportunity. The most extraordinary discoveries often begin with the coins that appear the most ordinary. The Germany 10 Pfennig 1975D stands as proof that history, rarity, and collector passion can transform a simple circulation coin into something truly unforgettable. And if you think this discovery is exciting, prepare yourself because the next coin on our countdown takes the mystery and suspense to an even higher level. Stay tuned, keep searching your collections, and don't forget to subscribe to American Coin Secrets because we bring fresh, rare coin discoveries, collector stories, and hidden treasure updates every single day. Next up, Netherlands, 5 cents, 1980. Ladies and gentlemen, our countdown continues, and now we arrive at a coin that proves one of the most important rules in the world of rare coin collecting. Never judge a coin by its face value, because the next coin on our list is a coin that millions of people would have overlooked without a second thought. A coin that once moved through cash registers, wallets, and pockets across the Netherlands. A coin that appeared ordinary to almost everyone who saw it. But for knowledgeable collectors, the Netherlands 5 cents 1980 tells a completely different story. And once you hear that story, you will never look at old foreign coins the same way again. The year was 1980. The Netherlands was entering a new decade, and Dutch coinage was already known throughout Europe for its elegant designs and strong national identity. During this period, the Dutch guilder was still the official currency of the country, long before the arrival of the euro. Every coin circulating during that era represented a piece of Dutch history. Every denomination had a purpose. Every design carried meaning, and among them was the humble 5-cent coin. At first glance, nothing about this coin appears extraordinary. Its modest size, simple appearance, and everyday use made it one of the most common coins handled by ordinary citizens. People spent it without thinking. Shopkeepers counted it without noticing. Children carried it in their pockets. And millions of examples circulated throughout the country. Yet this ordinary beginning is exactly what makes the story so fascinating. Because over time, something remarkable happened. As decades passed, countless examples disappeared from circulation. Some were lost. Some were damaged. Some were melted. Others were forgotten inside old drawers, storage boxes, family collections, and dusty containers hidden away for generations. Every year, the number of surviving collectible examples became smaller. And every year, collectors became more interested in preserving pieces of Dutch monetary history. The Netherlands, 5 cents 1980, belongs to an era that many collectors consider historically significant because it represents the final decades of the Dutch guilder system before the transition to the euro. That historical connection alone attracts attention. Collectors love coins that represent a chapter of history that has already ended. Because once a currency disappears, no more coins from that era will ever be produced again. The door closes forever. And that permanence creates demand. One of the most recognizable features of this coin is its connection to the Dutch monarchy. Coins from this period prominently featured royal symbolism associated with the Kingdom of the Netherlands, making them instantly recognizable to collectors around the world. For many enthusiasts, these designs are more than artwork. They are pieces of national history. They tell stories about a country, a people, and a time period that can never be recreated. The composition of the coin was designed for durability and everyday use. Yet despite being intended for circulation, surviving collectible examples have become increasingly appreciated by those who specialize in European coinage. And that appreciation continues growing. Why? Because serious collectors understand something that casual observers often miss. True rarity is not always about age. It is not always about gold. It is not always about silver. Sometimes rarity is created when demand rises, while the number of desirable surviving examples becomes smaller and smaller over time. That combination can turn an ordinary coin into an extraordinary discovery. Imagine opening an old collection inherited from a grandparent. Imagine finding several foreign coins tucked away inside a forgotten envelope. Most people would glance at them and move on. But experienced collectors know better. They know that one small coin could completely change the story. They know that hidden treasures often arrive disguised as ordinary pocket change. And that possibility keeps collectors searching every day. Across the world, collectors continue building Dutch coin collections, searching for historical pieces that represent different periods of the nation's monetary history. The Netherlands' 5 cents 1980 remains part of that fascinating journey. It represents an era before digital payments, before modern currencies replaced the guilder, before many of today's collectors even entered the hobby. Every surviving coin carries that history forward. Every coin becomes a small time capsule. And that historical appeal is one reason collectors continue paying attention to pieces like this. Now comes the moment everyone has been waiting for. According to the value provided for this video, the Netherlands' 5 cents 1980 in fine condition has reached an estimated market value of $38,000. Take a moment to think about that. A coin originally created for everyday transactions. A coin that many people would never look at twice. A coin that once circulated through ordinary hands. Yet today it has become a remarkable collector treasure capable of generating enormous excitement among coin enthusiasts. This is exactly why experienced collectors never dismiss older foreign coins. Every date matters. Every design matters. Every historical era matters. Because sometimes the smallest discoveries create the biggest surprises. For collectors, the lesson is simple but powerful. Protect your coins carefully. Learn the history behind them. Study dates, varieties, and conditions. Most importantly, never underestimate a coin simply because it appears common. The world of numismatics is filled with surprises, and many of those surprises are hiding where nobody expects to find them. The Netherlands 5 cents 1980 reminds us that history and rarity can transform an ordinary coin into something truly special. And trust me, the countdown is far from over. The next coin on today's list reveals another incredible piece of history that has captured the attention of collectors and treasure hunters alike. So stay tuned until the very end, because the biggest surprises are still waiting ahead. And don't forget to subscribe to American Coin Secrets, because we bring fresh, rare coin discoveries, collector insights, hidden treasures, and exciting coin stories every single day. Next up, Malaysia, 20 sen, 2007. Ladies and gentlemen, we're now halfway through today's incredible countdown, and the next coin proves that some of the most fascinating treasures in the world are hiding far beyond the borders of the United States and Europe. The coin we're about to reveal has traveled through markets, stores, cities, and communities across Southeast Asia. Millions of people have handled coins like it. Millions have spent them without a second thought. Yet hidden within that everyday history is a coin that has become a remarkable collector discovery. Welcome to the story of the Malaysia 20 sen 2007. At first glance, this coin looks simple, modest, ordinary, easy to overlook. And that's exactly why its story surprises so many people. Because some of the greatest treasures in the coin collecting world are not the coins everyone notices. They are the coins everyone ignores. The Malaysia 20 sen represents an important part of Malaysian currency history. During 2007, these coins were actively circulating throughout the nation, helping facilitate everyday commerce and serving as a familiar part of daily life for millions of people. People used them for transportation, for shopping, for food purchases, for daily transactions. They were so common that few people ever imagined collectors would one day examine them with such interest. Yet history has a way of changing perspectives. As years passed, collectors began paying greater attention to modern world coins. What was once considered ordinary gradually became more interesting. What was once ignored slowly became collectible. And what was once spent casually started finding its way into specialized collections. The Malaysia 20 sen 2007 belongs to a fascinating era in the nation's monetary development. Malaysia's coinage has long reflected the country's culture, identity, and heritage. Collectors appreciate these coins not only because of their monetary history, but also because of the artistic designs that make them unique among world coin issues. One of the most attractive aspects of collecting international coins is the opportunity to explore history from different regions of the world. Every country tells its story through its currency. Every coin becomes a miniature ambassador of its nation's culture. And every design reflects a unique identity. That is one reason collectors are constantly searching for interesting pieces from around the globe. The Malaysia 20 sen 2007 carries that same appeal. It represents a specific moment in Malaysian history, a specific year, a specific chapter. And once that year passed, it could never be recreated again. Collectors understand that reality. History only moves forward. It never repeats itself. That is why coins become time capsules. Each one preserves a moment that has already disappeared into the past. But history alone is not what excites collectors. Condition matters. Survival matters. Demand matters. And perhaps most importantly, collector interest matters. Many low-denomination coins experience intense circulation. They are used repeatedly, dropped, scratched, stored improperly, exposed to environmental damage, lost forever. As the years pass, locating attractive examples becomes more challenging. That challenge creates excitement, and excitement fuels the hunt. Imagine opening an old box of foreign coins. You begin sorting through dozens of pieces. Most appear ordinary. Then suddenly you notice a date, a design, a denomination. Something catches your eye. Curiosity takes over. You start researching. You start comparing. And before you know it, you discover that a coin sitting unnoticed for years has become something collectors actively seek. That possibility keeps the hobby alive. It keeps collectors searching. It keeps treasure hunters motivated. Because nobody knows where the next great discovery will appear. Across the globe, world coin collecting continues expanding. Collectors today are no longer focused on just one country. Many now build international collections featuring coins from Asia, Europe, Africa, North America, South America, and beyond. This growing global interest brings greater attention to coins that previous generations may have overlooked. The Malaysia 20 Sen, 2007 benefits from that expanding curiosity. As more collectors explore world coinage, awareness increases. And when awareness increases, attention often follows. Now comes the reveal, the moment many viewers have been waiting for. According to the value provided for this video, the Malaysia 20 Sen 2007 in fine condition has reached an estimated market value of $26,000. Think about what makes that so incredible. A coin created for everyday circulation. A coin handled countless times. A coin many people would never expect to be special. Yet today it has become a remarkable collector treasure that commands serious attention. This is why experienced collectors never dismiss foreign coins. Every country has hidden gems. Every currency system has surprises. Every collection has the potential to reveal something extraordinary. For collectors, the lesson from the Malaysia 20 Sen 2007 is powerful. Stay curious. Study world coinage. Learn about different countries and their monetary history. Preserve your discoveries carefully. And never assume that a coin is unimportant simply because it appears common. The most surprising treasures often begin their journey as ordinary pocket change. The Malaysia 20 Sen 2007 reminds us that rarity, history, and collector demand can transform an everyday coin into a fascinating collectible. And trust me, the countdown is becoming even more exciting. We have now reached the halfway point, but the biggest surprises are still ahead. The next coin on our list takes us deeper into the world of rare and valuable discoveries and reveals another hidden treasure that collectors continue searching for today. So stay with us until the end. And don't forget to subscribe to American Coin Secrets because we bring fresh, rare coin discoveries, hidden treasure stories, collector updates, and exciting numismatic adventures every single day. Next up, Netherlands, 1 gulden. 1976. Ladies and gentlemen, the countdown is entering its most exciting stage. The coins we have already discussed are impressive, but the next discovery carries a level of history, mystery, and collector fascination that makes it stand out from the crowd. This is the story of the Netherlands 1 gulden, 1976. A coin that once represented real spending power. A coin that circulated throughout an entire nation. A coin that millions of people used in their everyday lives. And yet, decades later, it has become a remarkable treasure that continues to attract serious collector attention. The word gulden itself carries tremendous historical significance. Long before the euro became Europe's common currency, the Dutch guilder served as the backbone of the Netherlands' monetary system. For generations, the guilder was one of the most recognizable currencies in Europe. It witnessed economic growth. It witnessed social change. It witnessed entire generations of Dutch history. And every gulden coin issued during that era became part of that incredible story. The Netherlands 1 gulden, 1976, represents a fascinating chapter from that period. When this coin entered circulation, nobody could have predicted that decades later, collectors around the world would carefully examine, preserve, and search for examples from this historic era. To most people at the time, it was simply money. To collectors today, it is something much more. It is a piece of history. It is a time capsule. It is a connection to a vanished monetary system that can never return. That alone makes the coin fascinating. But the story becomes even more interesting. The design of the 1 gulden reflects the Netherlands' rich heritage and royal tradition. Coins from this period prominently featured royal imagery associated with the Dutch monarchy, giving them a distinctive appearance recognized by collectors around the world. Every detail tells a story. Every design element reflects a chapter of national identity. Every coin becomes a small historical document made of metal. This is one reason collectors love older world coins. Unlike modern digital transactions that leave little physical trace, coins survive. They travel through time. They pass from one generation to another. And they preserve history in a way few objects can. The Netherlands 1 gulden, 1976, was originally intended for circulation. It was not created as a luxury collectible. It was not designed as a treasure. It was simply produced to facilitate everyday commerce. People carried it in their pockets, used it in stores, received it as change, and spent it without hesitation. Yet time changed everything. As years passed, enormous numbers of circulating coins disappeared. Some were damaged beyond recognition. Some were lost permanently. Some were discarded. Others remained hidden away in forgotten collections, untouched for decades. Every lost coin reduced the available supply. Every surviving example became a little more interesting. And every passing year added another layer of history. Collectors understand this process very well. They know that rarity is often created gradually. Not overnight, not instantly, but slowly, year after year, as surviving examples become harder to locate. This gradual transformation is one of the most exciting aspects of numismatics. Imagine discovering a forgotten coin album. You open it carefully. Page after page reveals old coins from different countries and different decades. Then suddenly you spot a Netherlands 1 gulden 1976. Most people might see an old foreign coin. A collector sees something entirely different. A collector sees history. A collector sees potential. A collector sees a connection to a monetary system that no longer exists. That difference in perspective is what separates ordinary observation from extraordinary discovery. The Netherlands 1 gulden series remains popular among collectors because it represents an important era in European currency history. Many enthusiasts enjoy assembling complete sets. Others focus on specific dates. Some search for the finest preserved examples they can find. And all of them share the same passion for preserving history. That passion fuels demand. And demand fuels excitement. Around the world, collectors continue exploring pre-Euro coinage because it represents a fascinating chapter that has permanently closed. The guilder is gone. The currency system has changed. But these coins remain as lasting reminders of that era. That historical significance cannot be recreated. And that uniqueness is part of what makes the Netherlands 1 gulden 1976 so intriguing. Now comes the moment everyone has been waiting for. According to the value provided for this video, the Netherlands 1 gulden 1976 in fine condition has reached an estimated market value of $45,000. Think about the journey that coin has taken. From everyday circulation, to surviving decades of change, to becoming a highly discussed collector treasure. That transformation is exactly what makes rare coin collecting so exciting. A coin that once served a practical purpose has evolved into something collectors actively search for and admire. This is why experienced collectors always pay attention to older foreign coins. History matters. Survival matters. Condition matters. And knowledge matters. The collector who takes the time to learn often discovers opportunities that others overlook. The Netherlands 1 gulden 1976 serves as a powerful reminder that extraordinary treasures are not always hidden in vaults or museums. Sometimes they are hiding in old collections. Sometimes they are tucked away in forgotten boxes. Sometimes they are waiting patiently for the right person to recognize their significance. For collectors, the lesson is clear. Study every coin carefully. Never ignore historical world coinage. Preserve your discoveries. And continue learning, because the next hidden treasure could already be sitting in your collection. The Netherlands 1 gulden 1976 proves once again that history, rarity, and collector demand can transform an ordinary circulation coin into a remarkable collectible. And believe me, our countdown is far from finished. The next coin raises the excitement even higher and brings us one step closer to the most astonishing discoveries in today's video. So keep watching until the end. And don't forget to subscribe to American Coin Secrets, because we bring fresh, rare coin discoveries, hidden treasure stories, collector insights, and exciting numismatic adventures every single day. Next up, Italy 50, lira 1976 ER. Ladies and gentlemen, the countdown is now entering the territory where ordinary collectors become treasure hunters. The next coin on our list comes from one of the most historic countries in the world, a nation known for ancient empires, breathtaking art, legendary architecture, and a rich monetary history stretching back thousands of years. Welcome to the fascinating story of the Italy 50 lira 1976 ER. At first glance, this coin doesn't appear extraordinary. It doesn't look like a treasure chest. It doesn't look like a museum masterpiece. It doesn't look like something collectors would spend years searching for. And yet, that is exactly what makes this coin so intriguing. Because hidden behind its modest appearance is a story that continues to captivate collectors across the globe. The year was 1976. Italy was using the Italian lira, a currency that served the nation for generations before eventually giving way to the euro. Millions of Italians handled lira coins every single day. The coins passed through markets, cafes, train stations, businesses, and households. They became part of everyday life. Most people never imagined that decades later, collectors around the world would carefully examine these same coins with such enthusiasm. But history has a remarkable way of transforming ordinary objects into extraordinary treasures. The Italy 50 lira 1976 RR carries the famous R mint mark, identifying its production at the historic Rome Mint. For serious collectors, mint marks are far more than simple letters. They are clues. They are identifiers. They are pieces of the puzzle that help tell the complete story of a coin. And sometimes, those tiny details make all the difference. One reason collectors find the 50 lira series so appealing is its distinctive design. The coin reflects Italy's commitment to combining functionality with artistry. Even small circulation coins carried beautiful designs that represented the country's identity and cultural heritage. Every detail was carefully chosen. Every symbol had meaning. Every coin became a small work of art traveling through everyday life. This combination of beauty and history is one of the reasons Italian coinage remains popular among collectors worldwide. The Italy 50 lira 1976 R represents a specific moment in time. A specific year. A specific chapter in Italian monetary history. Once that year ended, it could never be repeated. And as decades passed, surviving examples became historical artifacts from a vanished currency system. That reality creates fascination. Collectors understand that the Italian lira belongs to history now. No new lira coins will ever be produced. The chapter has closed. What remains are the surviving pieces that continue telling the story. That is why collectors pay attention. That is why they search. That is why they preserve. Because every surviving coin becomes a direct connection to the past. Think about how many of these coins once circulated. Millions moved through the economy. Millions were spent. Millions changed hands. Yet time is not kind to circulating coins. Many were damaged. Many were worn down. Many disappeared forever. Others were forgotten in drawers, boxes, jars, and collections where they remained untouched for years. Each passing decade reduced the number of attractive surviving examples. And as availability became more limited, collector interest continued growing. This is one of the most exciting aspects of coin collecting. The hunt never ends. Some collectors search coin shops. Some search estate sales. Some search inherited collections. Some search old family albums filled with coins gathered over generations. And all of them share the same dream. The dream of discovering something special. Imagine opening an old collection that has not been touched for decades. You carefully examine the contents. Foreign coins from different countries appear one after another. Then suddenly you notice a familiar date. 1976. A 50 lira coin. The Rome mint mark. At first it seems ordinary, but then curiosity takes over. Research begins. Questions are asked, and before long you realize you may be holding a remarkable collector treasure. Moments like that are what make this hobby unforgettable. The Italy 50 lira 1976 R. continues attracting attention because it combines several qualities collectors admire: history, international appeal, a discontinued currency, and a fascinating connection to one of Europe's most influential nations. Collectors appreciate coins that tell stories, and this coin tells an incredible one. It tells the story of everyday life in Italy. It tells the story of a currency that served generations. It tells the story of a nation transitioning through history. And it tells the story of how an ordinary circulation coin can evolve into a sought-after collectible. Now comes the moment that many viewers have been waiting for. According to the value provided for this video, the Italy 50 lira 1976 R in fine condition has reached an estimated market value of $52,000. That figure is enough to capture the attention of any collector. A coin once used for ordinary purchases has become a remarkable collector treasure. A small piece of metal has transformed into something that collectors actively search for and discuss. That transformation is exactly what makes rare coin collecting so exciting. You never know which coin might surprise you. You never know which forgotten piece might become important. And you never know when history will reveal its hidden treasures. For collectors, the lesson from the Italy 50 lira 1976 R is simple. Never overlook international coinage. Never ignore older circulation coins. Study mint marks. Study dates. Learn the stories behind the coins, because knowledge often reveals opportunities that others completely miss. The Italy 50 lira 1976 R stands as a powerful reminder that some of the most exciting discoveries come from coins hiding in plain sight. Coins that once seemed ordinary. Coins that once seemed common. Coins that today have become fascinating collector treasures. And trust me, the countdown is becoming even more intense. We are now approaching the final stages of today's list, where the surprises become even bigger and the stories become even more unbelievable. So stay with us until the end. And don't forget to subscribe to American Coin Secrets, because we bring fresh, rare coin discoveries, collector secrets, hidden treasure stories, and exciting numismatic adventures every single day. Next up, Kenya 5 cents, 1987. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now entered the final stretch of today's incredible countdown. At this point, every coin on our list carries a story powerful enough to surprise even experienced collectors. But the next coin proves that some of the most fascinating treasures in the world can come from places many collectors never think to explore. The coin we're about to uncover comes from East Africa, a region rich in history, rich in culture, rich in wildlife, and rich in fascinating numismatic treasures. This is the remarkable story of the Kenya 5 cents 1987. At first glance, this coin appears humble, small, simple, ordinary. Exactly the kind of coin that most people would overlook without hesitation. And yet, hidden behind that ordinary appearance is a story that continues to capture the attention of collectors around the world. Because the greatest treasures are often the ones hiding where nobody expects to find them. The year was 1987. Kenya was continuing its economic development, and coins played an important role in everyday transactions throughout the country. Millions of Kenyans used coins every day. They exchanged them in local markets, used them in shops, carried them in pockets, stored them in homes, and spent them without imagining that decades later, collectors would be searching for examples from this very year. That is one of the most fascinating things about coin collecting. Nobody knows which coins will eventually become highly desirable. Nobody knows which everyday objects will one day become historical artifacts. Time has a way of changing everything. The Kenya 5 cents 1987 represents a specific chapter in the country's monetary history. Every surviving example serves as a reminder of that era. Every coin preserves a moment that can never return. And every collector who owns one becomes a temporary guardian of that history. This is why coins are so much more than pieces of metal. They are storytellers. They carry memories. They connect generations. And they preserve moments that would otherwise be lost forever. One reason collectors find international coins so exciting is the opportunity to explore different cultures through currency. Every nation expresses its identity through its coinage. Designs often reflect national values, historical figures, important symbols, and cultural heritage. The Kenya 5-cent series became part of that tradition. Its design reflected the nation's identity and allowed millions of people to carry a small piece of Kenyan history every day. To most people, it was simply change. To collectors today, it is much more. It is a connection to a specific time and place, a glimpse into the past, a piece of history that survived decades of circulation and change. And survival is where the story becomes even more interesting. Think about how many low-denomination coins are used throughout their lifetime. They are constantly exchanged, dropped, scratched, stored improperly, exposed to wear and damage. Many never survive in collectible condition. Many disappear completely. Others become so worn that important details are difficult to identify. As the years pass, finding desirable examples becomes increasingly challenging. That challenge creates excitement, and excitement fuels collector demand. Imagine searching through an old collection inherited from a relative. You sort through coins from dozens of countries. One after another, they seem ordinary. Then suddenly you find a Kenya 5 cents 1987. At first, it appears insignificant, but curiosity encourages you to look closer. Research begins. Questions are asked. And before long, you discover that this small coin has attracted the attention of collectors. That moment is what every treasure hunter dreams about. The realization that something overlooked may actually be special. The realization that knowledge reveals opportunities others never notice. And the realization that history can hide in the smallest places. Around the world, collectors continue expanding their interest in African coinage. Many have discovered that African currencies contain fascinating historical stories, unique designs, and exciting collecting opportunities. As awareness grows, more attention is directed toward coins that previous generations often overlooked. The Kenya 5 cents 1987 benefits from this growing interest. Collectors appreciate its historical significance. They appreciate its connection to Kenya's monetary history. And they appreciate the opportunity to preserve a piece of that legacy. Every collector knows that the search for hidden treasures never truly ends. There is always another coin, another discovery, another story waiting to be uncovered. That endless possibility is what keeps the hobby exciting. Now comes the moment many viewers have been waiting for. According to the value provided for this video, the Kenya 5 cents 1987 in fine condition has reached an estimated market value of $35,000. Think about that. A coin once used for everyday purchases. A coin many people would never examine closely. A coin that quietly circulated through countless hands. Yet today it stands as a remarkable collector treasure. That transformation is one of the reasons coin collecting continues captivating people around the world. History changes value. Knowledge changes perspective. And sometimes a small coin becomes a discovery that surprises everyone. For collectors, the lesson from the Kenya 5 cents 1987 is powerful. Never underestimate world coinage. Never assume a low denomination means low importance. Study every coin carefully. Preserve what you find. And continue learning because the next hidden treasure could be waiting in a place you least expect. The Kenya 5 cents 1987 reminds us that remarkable discoveries are not limited to famous coins or precious metals. Sometimes, history creates treasures from the most ordinary objects imaginable. And believe me, the excitement is about to reach another level. Only a few coins remain in today's countdown, and the next discovery brings us even closer to the biggest surprises of the entire video. So keep watching until the very end. And don't forget to subscribe to American Coin Secrets, because we bring fresh, rare coin discoveries, hidden treasure stories, collector secrets, and exciting numismatic adventures every single day. Next up, India-British Quarter, Anna, 1938. Ladies and gentlemen, the countdown is now approaching its grand finale. And the coin we are about to discuss is unlike almost everything we have seen so far. This is not a coin from the modern euro era. This is not a coin from a recently retired currency. This is a coin from a completely different age. A coin from an era of empires. a coin that witnessed history unfold before the eyes of the world, a coin that carries with it nearly a century of fascinating stories. Welcome to the incredible story of the India-British Quarter, Anna 1938. The moment collectors hear the words British India, attention immediately follows. Because coins from British India represent one of the most historically significant chapters in world numismatics. These coins were produced during a time when India was under British rule. They circulated through busy cities, rural villages, bustling markets, railway stations, and trading centers across the vast Indian subcontinent. Millions of people used them. Millions of hands touched them. And yet few could have imagined that decades later, collectors around the world would search for surviving examples with such enthusiasm. The year 1938 was a fascinating period in history. The world was changing rapidly. Nations were evolving. Political landscapes were shifting. And throughout all of that uncertainty, coins continued serving as silent witnesses to history. The India-British Quarter, Anna 1938, remains one of those witnesses. Every surviving example carries a direct connection to that remarkable era. Think about that for a moment. This coin existed before television became common, before modern computers, before the internet, before many of the technologies we take for granted today. It survived through generations of change, and today it continues telling its story. That historical connection is one of the reasons collectors find coins like this so fascinating. A coin is more than metal. It is a time machine, a physical object that allows us to touch history. The quarter anna denomination itself played an important role in everyday commerce during British India. It was part of a currency system that served millions of people throughout one of the largest regions in the world. For ordinary citizens of the time, it was simply money. For modern collectors, however, it has become something much more significant. The design reflects the authority and symbolism of the British Empire during that period. Coins of British India often featured royal portraits and official emblems that immediately identified them as products of a powerful historical era. These designs continue attracting collectors because they combine artistic detail with tremendous historical significance. Every detail tells a story. Every inscription carries meaning. Every surviving example preserves a piece of the past. That is why collectors often become emotional when holding coins from this period. They are not merely holding currency. They are holding history itself. And history becomes increasingly valuable when fewer examples survive. Consider what this coin has endured. Decades of circulation. Decades of environmental exposure. Decades of political and economic change. Many examples disappeared long ago. Some were damaged. Some were lost. Some were melted. Others simply vanished into history. Yet a number survived. And those survivors continue attracting collector attention today. This process fascinates numismatists. A coin begins life as ordinary currency. Years pass. Generations pass. The world changes. Then suddenly that same coin becomes a sought-after historical artifact. That transformation is one of the most exciting aspects of coin collecting. Imagine discovering one in an inherited collection. At first it looks old. Then you notice the date, 1938. Suddenly curiosity grows. You realize this coin existed during a completely different era of history. You begin researching. You learn about British India. You learn about the quarter anna denomination. And before long, you understand that you are holding a surviving piece of a vanished world. Moments like that create lifelong collectors. Moments like that turn ordinary people into treasure hunters. Because once you realize history can fit inside the palm of your hand, every coin becomes exciting. Across the world, British India coinage remains one of the most actively collected areas of numismatics. Collectors appreciate the history. They appreciate the artistry. They appreciate the connection to a period that shaped generations. And they appreciate the challenge of locating desirable examples. That demand helps keep interest alive year after year. Many collectors spend decades building collections dedicated entirely to British India coinage. They study dates. They study mint marks. They study historical backgrounds. And they understand that each coin tells part of a much larger story. The India-British Quarter, Anna 1938 is one of those stories. A small coin, a humble denomination, yet a remarkable survivor from a fascinating historical period. Now comes the moment that many viewers have been waiting for. According to the value provided for this video, the India-British quarter Anna 1938 in fine condition has reached an estimated market value of $36,000. That is an astonishing transformation. A coin that once participated in ordinary daily commerce has become a remarkable collector treasure, a surviving witness to history, a conversation piece, a discovery that continues attracting attention from collectors around the globe. For collectors, the lesson from the India-British quarter, Anna 1938, is powerful. Never underestimate historical coins. Never ignore old foreign currency. And never assume that a small denomination cannot carry enormous significance. Sometimes the greatest treasures are the ones connected to the greatest stories. The India-British quarter, Anna 1938, reminds us that history, rarity, survival, and collector passion can transform an everyday coin into something truly extraordinary. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the point where excitement is about to explode. Only one coin remains, the final coin. The ultimate reveal. The coin that takes the #1 position in today's countdown. So stay with us because the grand finale is coming next. And don't forget to subscribe to American Coin Secrets because we bring fresh, rare coin discoveries, hidden treasure stories, collector secrets, and exciting numismatic adventures every single day. Next up, Netherlands, Marco Borsato, Slot Concert, Alkmaar Token, 2004. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. The moment we have been building toward throughout this entire countdown. The final reveal. The #1 position. The coin, or more accurately the token, that has shocked collectors, surprised treasure hunters, and earned its place as the grand finale of today's incredible journey. And trust me, nobody sees this one coming. Because unlike the other pieces we've discussed today, this isn't a traditional circulation coin. It wasn't created for everyday shopping. It wasn't designed to pass through millions of cash registers. It wasn't intended to become part of ordinary pocket change. Instead, it originated from a very unique moment in Dutch entertainment history. This is the Netherlands Marco Borsato Slot Concert Alkmaar Token 2004. And its story is unlike anything else on today's list. The moment collectors discover unusual tokens, commemorative pieces, event issues, and limited distribution collectibles, excitement begins to build. Why? Because these pieces often have something ordinary coins do not. A unique story, a specific event, a limited moment in time. And once that moment passes, it can never be recreated. That is exactly what makes the Marco Borsato Slot Concert Alkmaar Token so fascinating. The year was 2004. Thousands of fans gathered to celebrate a major musical event connected with one of the Netherlands' most recognized performers. The excitement was unforgettable. The atmosphere was electric. The memories created during that event would last for years. And this token became part of that history. Unlike standard currency, event-related tokens often have a much smaller audience and a more specialized history. Many are lost. Many are forgotten. Many disappear shortly after the event ends. People place them in drawers, boxes, souvenir collections, old albums, and sometimes they remain hidden for decades. That mystery creates fascination, because nobody knows exactly how many examples still survive. Nobody knows where every example is located, and nobody knows when another forgotten piece might suddenly reappear. That uncertainty is one reason collectors love unusual tokens. Every discovery feels special. Every appearance feels unexpected. And every surviving example tells a unique story. The Marco Borsato Slot Concert Alkmaar Token 2004 represents more than metal. It represents an experience, a memory, a specific place, a specific year, a specific event that can never happen again in exactly the same way. Collectors often describe these pieces as historical snapshots frozen in time. And that's exactly what makes them so exciting. Think about it. Traditional coins are produced in enormous quantities. Many people save them. Many people collect them. But event-related tokens often follow a completely different path. Their history is narrower. Their audience is more specialized, and their stories are often more personal. That combination creates a level of intrigue that many collectors find irresistible. Now imagine the discovery. An old collection is opened. Dust covers the box. Years have passed since anyone looked inside. You sort through foreign coins, medals, and miscellaneous tokens. Then suddenly something unusual appears. A token, different from everything around it. A closer look reveals the year, the event, the connection to a memorable moment in Dutch cultural history. Suddenly, curiosity takes over. Research begins. Questions follow. And before long, you realize you may be holding one of the most fascinating pieces from today's entire countdown. That is the magic of collecting. Treasures often arrive disguised as ordinary objects. The pieces everyone overlooks are sometimes the ones with the most surprising stories. Even more remarkable is the fact that your described example remains in dirty condition. Many people assume a coin or token must be perfect to attract attention. But collectors understand that every piece has its own journey. Every mark tells a story. Every sign of age reflects years of survival. And every surviving example becomes part of the larger historical narrative. This token stands apart because it combines several powerful collector attractions: historical significance, cultural significance, event-related rarity, collector curiosity, and the mystery that always surrounds limited distribution pieces. That combination creates excitement whenever examples surface. Collectors who specialize in unusual world tokens understand this very well. They know that some of the most surprising discoveries come from categories that casual observers completely ignore. That is why they continue searching. That is why they continue studying. And that is why the hunt never ends. Now comes the moment that everyone has been waiting for. The final value reveal of today's countdown. According to the value provided for this video, the Netherlands Marco Borsato slot Concert Alkmaar token 2004 in dirty condition has reached an estimated market value of $55,000. Let that sink in for a moment. A token connected to a specific event. A piece many people might mistake for an ordinary souvenir. A collectible hiding in plain sight. Yet today it stands at the top of our countdown as a remarkable collector treasure. That is exactly why knowledge is the most powerful tool any collector can possess. Knowledge reveals opportunities. Knowledge uncovers hidden stories. And knowledge transforms ordinary objects into extraordinary discoveries. The Netherlands Marco Borsato slot Concert Alkmaar token 2004 reminds us that treasure is not always gold. It is not always silver. It is not always found where people expect. Sometimes treasure is history. Sometimes treasure is rarity. Sometimes treasure is a forgotten piece waiting for the right collector to recognize its significance. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the end of today's incredible countdown of the top 10 ultra-rare and most valuable rare coins in today's market. Which coin surprised you the most? Was it the Germany €1 cent? The Italy 50 lira? The British India quarter Anna? Or this unbelievable Dutch token that claimed the #1 spot? Tell us your answer in the comments below, because we read every single comment. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new discovery. And remember, before you throw away old coins, foreign coins, tokens, or forgotten collections, take a closer look, because the next hidden treasure could already be waiting in your hands. Thank you for watching American Coin Secrets. We bring fresh, rare coin discoveries, collector secrets, hidden treasure stories, and exciting numismatic adventures every single day. Until next time, keep searching, keep learning, and keep uncovering the secrets hidden inside the world's most fascinating coins.